Hello Libra, this is your reading for October 2025. Remember Libra that the most important part of any reading is you. And we open up the reading with our Tree of Life Oracle. This is the path of the sun, purpose, vision, and self-mastery. I think that's a pretty good theme for October for you. I'm Paul, this is Dove and Serpent Tarot. Let's deal the rest of the cards. Here we go. We have a Knight of Wands. Oh, we've got the Fool. Yes, yes, yes. We have Love with the Two of Cups. We have the Star. Yes, you are being divinely guided right now. I think it's really time that we're reconnecting with that. I mean, that is our star, right? We are the sun. We are the star. It's time for us to reconnect with our purpose and our vision. Yeah. There we have the Eon Judgment, a rebirth, a reawakening, a baptism by fire. We have a Queen of Cups. We have a Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. We have a Six of Swords and a Five of Cups. This is going to be a very, this is going to be a month of realignment. Yeah, I think this is going to be a month of it feels like renewal. Yeah, it feels like a lot of refresh, almost a reset kind of month for you. Yeah, I feel like you've been going through a lot of mental, emotional tribulation and things. It's time for us to just kind of reconnect with our goals, reconnect with our spiritual selves, our higher selves, and just get focused on the things that are important. Yeah, and leave the nonsense aside. Yeah. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is going to be one random card, and we're going to set it down over here with our little sea turtle friend. We're not going to look at that card until the very end of the reading. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need. Yeah. If you have a prediction at any moment during the message, put it in the comments down below. Now, let's look around the room. Okay, we see, obviously, major arcana cards. We've got fire. We've got water, couple of air, and an earth card. So the really good major arcana cards. And this is a card of, vision and renewal. This is a card of refresh, reset of opportunities. Okay, this is a card of, of doorways, decisions, life-changing, decisions, and the entering of a new era in your life. Yeah, this is pretty significant stuff right here. The Knight of Wands that we see right here, this is a rush of energy. It is an eruptive force, kind of leaping into action. And with that and the Fool together, I feel like this is really a week of powerful momentum, okay? Bursts of energy. And I think Spirit's kind of saying, like, strike fast, be bold, be assertive. Don't think too much before you leap. Because I think if we pause or if we hesitate, then something becomes disjointed in us. Something becomes out of alignment, and then we end up making mistakes. So this is really like being in the flow. I think this is a month really of trusting your instincts, trusting your gut. The horse and the rider, having to be one unit. They have to trust each other. If the horse doesn't trust the rider doesn't trust the horse, you're going to fall down. So whatever you're doing this month, whether it's career stuff, life stuff, romantic things, creative projects, you're being told to step forward courageously, with a burst of energy. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of you are going to be feeling a kind of surge of this creative momentum, this creative will. And it may be that you're going to feel the impulse to start a lot of new projects, to kind of just devote your time to certain things without a lot of forethought. I feel like you're being inspired. And when you feel that inspiration from that star, from your inner sun, when you're on the path of that sun there, right? The sun is very confident in its course. I feel there's not a lot of hesitation. So Spirit's telling you this month, Libra, for October, leap. Okay? Take the chance, take the risk, act boldly. Step forward with confidence. Yeah. And Spirit is definitely telling you not to hesitate, not to kind of like, not to get shaky or uncertain at the last moment, because that's when you're going to fumble something. Okay? Not to start overthinking when you're like this close to like, it's actually like go time, and then you start getting cold feet. Okay? Spirit's saying to keep that momentum going. And your next card, the Fool. To me, this could be stepping into a new path, a new quest, a new adventure. Not stepping into it, leaping into it. Jumping into it, a fresh start. Leap of faith. Okay? I feel like your biggest resource right now is your ability to sort of wipe the slate clean and say, I'm starting over from right now. It's kind of like, every moment feels like this can be our rebirth. This is our moment to say, I'm reinventing myself from right now. Every moment we can be reborn, This might be a good month for you to take risks and to explore, begin something totally new. Step out into the unknown, because that's where the opportunities are. Put yourself out there and maybe just kind of, get lost a little bit. A good month for just searching for novelty. Finding things that you've never done before and say, I'm curious about that. What's that all about over there? And not hesitating and not having any of these sort of preconceived ideas that say, well, maybe that's not for me. Well, that's not really who I am, or that's not what I'm good at, or that's not something that I'm supposed to really, to do, and that's not for me. I don't want to. I feel like if you're inspired, follow that inspiration. Allow yourself to do that. Step out into the unknown, and I think you're going to find a lot of fulfillment. And I think you're going to find a doorway that's going to change your life. Okay. Anyway, Fool energy, really good stuff. Hit the like button if you haven't yet, please. That really helps push this video out to everybody that needs to see it. Okay. Down beneath the surface, you've got the Two of Cups. You've got the love. This is what your heart wants. Your heart wants union. Your heart wants to find that thing that you just do not ever want to be separated from ever again. And the only way to do that is to follow your destiny, follow your inspiration, and allow yourself to leap into new things until you find what really, really does connect with you. Two of Cups, harmony, union, reciprocity. For those of you that are looking for love and romance, this would be a good month for that. But you may have to put yourself out there and take risks. You have to step out into the unknown, and you have to meet people that you maybe never would have started a conversation with before. Try things that you've never done before. Like a dating website, or, going up to a stranger in the library or something that you never really thought that you would have done something like that. Just go do it. Take the initiative. Be bold. Okay? This is a month for deeper connections, romance, partnerships. Leaning into this love energy. This is what your heart wants. Okay? And I think that if you're looking for love, it's a good month to find it, but you got to go out looking for it. You got to put yourself out there. You got to be bold. You got to be confident. And you can't hesitate. Right? It's kind of like you see somebody on the other side of the room, you really want to go talk to them, but you get nervous, you get self-conscious, and then you hesitate, and then they're out the door, they're driving down the road, you missed your chance. No missed opportunities this month. Okay? No missed opportunities this month. If it's more business related for you, same thing. Same thing. You're looking to find something that fulfills you and that is going to reward you for the effort that you put into it. Again, Two of Cups is that reciprocity. You want to find something that's worthy of you. Well, you're going to have to go out and experiment. You're going to have to go out and, take chances, take risks, be bold, take the initiative, try new things. Yeah, Two of Cups, really wonderful energy. And it's down here under the surface. This is what's in your heart. You have this urge to merge. You want to fall in love with something. Whether it's a person, a business idea, whether it's a new sport or a skill. It's like maybe you're going to go out and you're going to play some, I don't know, water polo. And you're thinking, I never would have thought that I would love water polo, but gosh darn it, I love water polo. I don't know if that's even still a thing, I guess, but it's kind of like, you don't know what you're going to fall in love with until you fall in love with it, And it could be making content. It could be, all sorts of things. It could be a new skill. It could be jujitsu. It could be a musical instrument. Maybe you're going to go learn to play the didgeridoo. I never thought I would love that. But there you are, loving it, You got to follow the inspiration this month, okay? It's a great month for that. And we see that reflected in this star card as well. This is hope, clarity, vision. Okay? I think that, this kind of represents to me the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. So I think that you're going to feel a lot of this sort of inspiration and guidance starting toward the beginning of October, Libra. And it's important that you allow this to come in. Because what this is starlight coming into your life. It's coming into your soul. If you allow it, if you stay open to it, you'll receive that inspiration, that renewal, that sort of vision, that clarity, that light that's coming in. But what we see over here is all of the blockages that can prevent this. So this is what we want. And these are the challenges we have to face to get that, you see. Because when that light comes in, it wants to flow right through us out into the world. We're just the transmitter. We're the clear channel for that divine light. But we have a human heart, mind, body, right? Cups, swords, and discs. And those blockages, it creates impedance for that divine light. And we're not always able, it wants to flow through us, because we're the magician, It wants to flow through us, but sometimes we interfere with that. Our thoughts and feelings sometimes get in the way of being inspired and letting that inspiration flow through us out into the world. So I feel like this, because this is in the past position, so I kind of feel like this is either like last month and even flowing into this month. I think it's something that's been kind of nagging at you. I think that this might be something that you already know what it is. And it might be a long lost dream or some goal, some aspiration that you had long ago. It's back. And it doesn't want to be ignored anymore, And it's kind of like saying, let's do it. Maybe this is that inspiration to fall in love and to build kind of find your soulmate kind of thing. Well, yeah. Then your Knight of Wands and your Fool have to go out and look for that. And try to find the one. Okay. But we can't leave this in the past as just thinking, I'm not allowed to follow my destiny. Sometimes we want to follow our destiny, but life gets in the way. What really gets in the way is our heart and mind. The complexes, the tendencies, the knots of karma, the buttons, the sore spots, the weak spots, And so I think that this month, Spirit is really trying to bring your attention to the ways in which you might be holding yourself back. Because, the 7 and the 5 especially are going to hold back the Fool and the Knight of Wands, who want to leap forward into something new. But this is, disappointment. This is distraction. This is failure. This is criticism. Okay? So it's this is a fear of disappointment, a fear of failure. Listening to the inner critic who is saying, yeah, you want this. This looks perfect. You've really got a perfect reading here, Libra. You just have to get out of your own way. Get these things gone. Just get the plan. Allow yourself to believe. that is for you. Allow yourself to take this inspiration. This is an Aquarius card. The Six of Swords is Mercury in Aquarius. So this is about you feeling that inspiration and then formulating in your mind the right mindset, the thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and values and behaviors that are going to allow this to manifest. And you may know exactly what, some of you know exactly what this is. That dream that you've always had, that wish that you've always had. Okay? Maybe now it's kind of saying like, Libra, this is the month to go do it. This is the month to make that decision, step through that doorway of the old life and say, I'm ready for a new era. And that's what you're doing consciously. With the Eon card up here, this is what's on your mind. Your conscious goals. To step through this doorway. This is a month of taking a decisive step into a future. It's time to rise up because a new era is beginning, and you're ready for this renewal. And you're ready. You're feeling that sense of purpose, vision, and self-mastery. We're ready to go through this doorway. We've got to make that big decision. And I think that you know that. And that's why that card is up there. Maybe you don't know exactly what it's going to look like or what person it's going to be, but you'll know it because you'll feel it. You'll fall in love with that thing and you say, oh, I guess I'm doing water polo because I've fallen in love with it now. I don't know why that's on my mind. Maybe some of you are into water sports. I'm not sure. That's the thing, you know, and you're going to know it when you see it. And you've got to make the decision to get out there and look for it and find it. And don't hesitate. I feel like Spirit's giving you this doorway, but we're a little nervous about taking the initiative. We're a little bit nervous about leaping into something that, well, what if it fails? What if I make a mistake? What if I fumble it? Well, yeah, I mean, you could. You're never going to score the touchdown if you don't ever ask for the ball, you know? So anyway, I think this month is going to be that decision where we sort of get out of the comfort zone and we start making these big, bold moves, start taking the initiative, and we go after these things that we haven't done before, not knowing which one we'll fall in love with. But we're out there looking for it with this confidence. We have this vision, we have this sense of purpose this month, Libra. Now, I want you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Please, really supports the channel, all that good stuff. Well, let's look towards the end of the month and into next month. You've got a Queen of Cups here. The Queen of Cups, double water energy. It really is a nurturing, intuitive, and reflective energy. So I think that this is really about you, like experimenting and exploring novelty, and then, of course, processing those emotions. Looking for the deeper emotional understanding about what really resonates with you. And allowing yourself to then see, okay, do I like the things that I'm doing here? Do I like them? And why do I like them? Do I like things on a surface level? Which basically is the surface of the water, the reflective part, which is just what other people like it, so I guess I like it too, yeah. Or is it the shallow end? I like it because it feels good. I don't like it because it feels bad. Very simple, very primal. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like you're going deeper. This is a week or a month to really go deeper and ask, like, what do I really love? What do I really want? You know, is this the thing for me? In other words, when you really fall in love with something, reflect upon that love and acknowledge and find out how deep it goes for you. Maybe it's just like, I think I'm in love. Or it's just like, I love it because it's on the surface, reflective, that's what everybody else loves. Or it's the shallow love. Well, I love it because it feels good. I'm going to stop loving it when it stops feeling good, right? So I think it really is that kind of soul searching. This is a card also of self-love, self-compassion, radical self-love, radical self-acceptance. Yeah, emotional transparency, emotional honesty, emotional intelligence, emotional reflection, And so I think that for a lot of you, it's going to be a month of clarity. We got that vision of that sun. We got the clarity of that sun. This is the opening energy for your month right now. And it's about that purpose, that vision, the self-mastery. And to me, that sun is the clarity to really be able to shine a light on our life and think, am I doing what I love? Am I loving myself enough? Am I loving other people enough? Am I allowing love into my life? Okay. I think it's going to be a very, very emotional month. Yeah. I think because you're going to have some of that realization. You're going to have that vision about like how you really feel about things. And if you really are pursuing those things that you love. If you're loving your life, if you're loving yourself, and you're loving what you're doing. And I think as we sort of then talk about next month, I feel like next month is going to be a month where you really reflect on this month and see how much progress you've made in finding that love or expressing that love or developing that love, with somebody else. Because sometimes the queens are looking at the past. So I feel like this month, Libra, October is going to be for taking risks, initiative. We don't have to worry about it. Just try different things. Then later on, you can reflect back and say, how did I feel about that? How'd that work out for me? You can process the ending. You can process your feelings. Okay. Now, Path of the Serpent, we're going to talk about these cards here. Especially the Seven of Swords, because it's here in your general energy. This seems to be a vibe. Okay, it seems to be kind of a self-critical vibe. It's a doubt. This is avoidance. This is something holding you back. To me, it feels like self-criticism. I feel like this is the big thing that we've got to deal with this month. If we're going to move forward, Libra, and find the things that we love and allow ourselves to fall in love, we have to stop criticizing ourselves about everything, because that's going to prevent us from ever moving forward. This is like, I want to go talk to that person, but no, they wouldn't want to talk to me, or my hair's not, or I'm not, my voice, I'm not feeling so good today, and I'm not going to do it, or just, they wouldn't like me, or I don't know what to say, and all this kind of, whatever excuse we make. As soon as we're about to step outside of our house, all the guards are there with their spears saying, get back in the house. That's what this card feels like. So it's like, I want to go forward, but no, something's blocking me. Something's poking at me, and so I'm not doing it. I feel like this is self-criticism. Yeah. And, there's healthy self-criticism, of course. But if it's preventing you from taking that bold step this month, you got to be able to turn this off a little bit. Okay, I think that's going to be a challenge for you. But this is one of those things that the star is trying to show you so that you can overcome this, because it's preventing you from following your destiny, fulfilling your potential, and for letting that light flow through you. It's preventing you from being the magician. And that's what the tarot is trying to do, trying to teach you how to be the best magician you can be, because we're all magic makers. Yeah. So the next card in the environment, interesting too, Seven of Pentacles. Delay, disappointment, setbacks. Okay. This is kind of like, it's almost an impatience to me. Yeah. It almost feels like we're expecting results like that. So it's kind of like, the cards are trying to tell you that this month, when you do take this leap, this leap of faith, and you're going to jump into different things, give it time. It's just like, don't give it like 5 minutes and say, nah, I'm out of there. You know, I played water polo for literally 2 seconds. I hated it. I never want to do it again. You didn't give it enough time. You went and you talked to somebody for, you know, you said hi, and then you say, no, I don't like them. You know, you didn't give them enough time, you know. So that's what this card is kind of about. It's saying we have to make sure that we're willing to put in enough of the effort to give something a kind of an honest chance before we make a judgment about it, before we decide, you know, if this is kind of meant for us or not. I feel like because this card's also in the position of your relationships, I feel that those of you who have been looking for love, I feel like there's been a particular problem with most of your past relationships. It's been the same issue again, right? Like over and over again. Because I feel like there is something that it's like a repeating thing that seems to happen in relationships for you. And I don't know what it is, but I think the cards are trying to highlight that a little bit to say what is the cause for some of your relationships when this is a card of failure. Okay, just call it what it is. It's just the name of the card. What is the cause of that failure in your relationships? Why haven't your relationships been working out? What is usually the issue that comes up? Okay? And it's just, I think, meant for you to kind of know what that is so that you can just think about it and see how much of it is, based on sort of wrong information from your past. How much of it is kind of an unconscious programming, perhaps. Okay. But generally, this card is saying that results are going to happen, but they may not happen very quickly. Your effort will pay off, but it's not going to be instantaneous. So whatever this month has for you, if it's businessy types of stuff or romantic stuff or just finding the right kind of hobby or like falling in love with something, and I feel like you want to fall in love with something or someone. You don't know what it is yet. You got to give it time. It may not be, this kind of basically saying it may not be love at first sight. Okay? Or if it is love at first sight, you have to know that the relationship or the project or the sport or the musical instrument is going to take effort. It's going to take work to make it, to grow it into something that's fruitful. It's not just suddenly you meet someone, you fall in love, and it's just absolutely perfect. And everything is just already built and already made and already there. No, there's going to be difficulties. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be frustrations, It's two people or two things or you and the guitar, right, that are trying to come together. And, it's going to take work. It's going to take work. Yeah. Okay. Moving up here to the Six of Swords. This is a blueprint. This is a plan. This is in the position of your fears / your hopes. Okay. And I think that it's really like you're someone that likes to have a plan, first of all. You like to kind of, you like to know the route before you go. Well, the Fool and the Knight of Wands definitely do not have a map with them. So this is not something, it's not territory that you've been in before. I think that's the point. It's novel, it's new. You're taking the initiative, you're being bold. You don't have a script. You're improvising here. This is real improv energy. Okay? I think for some of you, you know what it is? Some of you this month, you're going to be taking a big risk on some kind of natural talent that you have. Okay? Knowing that that talent is going to take a lot of hard work and effort and refinement before it really becomes like a magical skill, before it really becomes like something you can do professionally. Everybody's got talent with something. It's going to take work and refinement to really hone that into something profitable, something lucrative, okay? Because I think, to me, the Fool feels like raw talent. It's like, I know I'm good at something. Ooh, guitar. I fall in love with guitar. You pick up the guitar, you suck at it. Of course. We have a natural talent. You have a natural love for it. But you've got to like train your fingers to move however you do. I can't play guitar at all. I don't have a love for playing guitar. I feel like maybe I would have a little bit of talent at it, but I've never put in the work to get good at it. I feel like I have a natural talent for drums. That's something that I feel that I love it. I love it so much that I want to put in the effort to get good at it, see? So you can have talent for something, but if you don't have the love, you're not willing to put in the work to really make it, to really change your life with it, to really go through that doorway and have that breakthrough. So you need all the components. And I feel like this month, you're being advised by the cards to find out what that is, what you have a natural talent for, what you really are going to fall in love with, and what you're willing to put in the work to build it up and make it successful, whether it's a skill, a sport, a musical instrument, some kind of like painting or art or sculpture, whether it's football, whether it's, a romantic relationship. Okay. But the Six of Swords is in that position of the fear. So it's kind of like we're afraid of going into a situation, not knowing the route, not having a map. Okay. This is also a card of mental balance. What we're hoping for is a really kind of clear understanding. We don't want confusion. We don't want the stress. We want to be able to do it and kind of to have some kind of a belief or a certainty that, okay, this is it. This is going to work. Okay. Sometimes this is a card of solutions. Okay. Sometimes this is a card of travel. This could be a card of even moving on from something. Okay. So I think that when all these factors come together beautifully and perfectly, you'll know. And when they don't, you'll know. Because you've given it enough time to really be able to make a judgment and say, okay, that's not the thing I'm supposed to do. That's not my destiny. Okay. I feel like, in a way, this is about you, also about that inner dialogue. Because remember, the criticism of the Seven of Swords, this is now you're believing in yourself. You're telling yourself, that you can and that you're capable of doing it. This is a positive affirmations. This is the way you're talking to yourself now. It's very helpful and supportive. What I want to do here for you is a Language of Flowers oracle card. I usually save the oracle cards for the extended. And you should stick around for the extended. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram, and we'll clarify love. We'll clarify money as well, okay? But here we have communication. Listen and speak with greater care. Exactly. Listen to yourself and speak to yourself with greater care and compassion. This is the month for you being compassionate with yourself. Emotional honesty, but emotional acceptance, radical self-acceptance and self-love. Self-compassion. Speak to yourself kindly. Listen and speak to yourself with greater care. Big, big theme, okay, for the month. Now, the final card, the Destiny card, is the Five of Cups. It's usually disappointment, loss, sadness, okay? It's kind of like, to me it feels like in the longer arc of your life, you're realizing that the disappointments are really just the refinements of your path. When you attempt something, you experiment with something, and it kind of like it lets you down. It turns out that it's not the thing. That's really a blessing. Okay? Because you're recognizing that, and so you're not committing yourself to anything that does not resonate with you. Okay? Kind of looking at this Five of Cups like a gift. And I think it's really saying that over the course of your life, you've experienced a lot of disappointments. You've tried a lot of things that just weren't it. Okay? And I think that star card here is trying to tell you that this month, October, this is the month that you're going to find it. But you have to be willing to keep going even when there's disappointment. And that's why the Five of Cups, it's, we'll have the disappointment. Something should be there and it's not. And the sooner we recognize that, the sooner I can take the next step forward to try to find whatever it is. But we're not identifying with these emotions. You're not letting them overcome you like an overwhelming wave. Okay? You're learning how to manage expectations. You're learning how to deal with disappointment because you know that you're going to find that thing. It's like when you have this Two of Cups inside of you, you want this love more than anything else. So you're willing to go through some things. Oh, no, this ain't it. Okay, but this is still pure. And the fool tries another. This ain't it. Okay, fine. I'm going to keep going. I think that's the only thing that's bringing you to this point in your life right now where it feels like you're going to find it. Because you know what it is not. It's kind of this process of elimination, You're going through all these different experiences of life. You're coming to really know yourself, your purpose, your vision, your self-mastery. Part of your self-mastery is mastering your emotions. And it doesn't mean you're never feeling sad. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean that you're just all smiles and cheer all day long. No. Mastering your emotions means not letting them master you. Being able to feel disappointment, feel sadness, feel sorrow, feel pain and let down and all that stuff. And just saying it's temporary. I'm feeling that now, but in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or by tomorrow, I'll be feeling okay again. Because that's the way it works. We're going to get a wave of sadness sometimes. Sometimes we're going to find that beautiful, wonderful wave that we want to just ride off to the sunset. But we have to be willing to take the sort of, the good with the bad. We have to take the disappointments and the successes and the wins, So now let's look at this mystery card. What do we think it's going to be? Well, I want Ace of Cups, Six of Cups, 9, 10 of Cups. I want the cups. I think that's going to be it. And it doesn't have to just be romance for you. I mean, this is anything that you kind of are looking for in life, that you want to really fall in love with something. You're looking for something. You're inspired to find something. And I feel like the star is kind of saying it's a distant goal that maybe we've gotten a little bit discouraged about. But now that we have that sun card as our opening energy, I think it's Spirit's way of saying your goal is here. It's not far away anymore. It's not a distant wish, a distant dream out there somewhere. It's front and center. You found that. You're finding that star, your star, So this might be the sun. It might be the 9 or the 10 of Pentacles, the 9 or the 10 of Cups. Let's see what we have. It's a Page of Wands. All right. Page of Wands is out there experimenting. The Page of Wands is saying, I'm getting ready to go and try something new. And I know that if it doesn't work out, well, I'm going to go try something new again. You're giving yourself permission to explore and experiment. Giving yourself permission to, like the Fool and the Knight of Wands will, they'll dabble in a lot of things. The Fool is out there looking for novelty. Anywhere I can find novelty, I'm looking for novelty. And this is you giving yourself permission to do that, knowing that not everything is going to work out. The first thing you find maybe isn't going to be it. You might have to go through a few things. You might have to deal with a couple of disappointments this month before you find the thing that really lights you up. And the Page, or the Princess of Wands, is us trying to do that. The Page is a squire. The squire is a knight in training. You're trying to be the Knight of Wands. But there's going to be mistakes. There's going to be fumbles. There's going to be hesitation. There's going to be criticism and doubt. Because you're human, I think, at least most of us. So you're not going to be a perfect Knight of Wands yet. It's okay to still be a squire of Wands, a Page of Wands. But you're going to try. And it's okay that sometimes you hesitate, or sometimes you miss an opportunity because you just couldn't work up the nerve to go talk to the person or something like that. Or to sign up for the water polo, whatever it is. But you're giving yourself that permission to do your very best and to try to, try to search for what you're looking for. I think this is a really good confirmation. Now, if you want to go even deeper, click on through to the extended reading. Just hit the join button right below the video. In the extended, we're going to do the I Ching hexagram. We're going to pull oracle cards. We'll do a love and money clarifier. We might even do the yes/no coin. I thank you. I love you. I'll see you there.